Hello and welcome back to No Bullshit. Today we're talking about the California-based fast food burger joint called In-N-Out Burger. They've recently been getting some backlash from Democrats after it was discovered the restaurant donated a large amount of money to the Republicans, just in time to help us out before the midterm elections. Thanks, buddy. And needless to say, the left is pretty pissed off about this. So much so they've even attempted to boycott the restaurant chain nationwide. This turned out to backfire for the Democrats though, as their boycott not only failed stupendously, it also exposed the Democrats as a failed party once again, showing their waning reach in our country, as we've seen in recent times. We're going to talk about this whole story and more today, so let's go ahead and get started. But first, let's talk about In-N-Out Burger here for a second. I know I hadn't heard of the place until I moved to California, so let's do a quick backstory before we get to the recent boycott. In-N-Out Burger is an American regional chain of fast food restaurants, with locations primarily in the American Southwest and Pacific Coast. It was founded in Baldwin Park, California in 1948 by Harry Snyder and Esther Snyder. The chain is currently headquartered in Irvine, California, and has slowly expanded outside Southern California into the rest of California, as well as into Arizona, Nevada, Utah, Texas, and Oregon. The current owner is Lindsay Snyder, the Snyders' only grandchild, and in my opinion, In-N-Out is kind of like a better version of McDonald's. While they don't have as many options as them, what they do have is much better in quality. In-N-Out's burgers are fresh, made with premium beef, and they cut their french fries right there on the spot at the store. And In-N-Out is still just as cheap too, so basically, it's pretty goddamn legit, and it's going to take a big, widespread effort to make this recent boycott work. If you haven't seen one of these restaurants before, let me tell you, In-N-Out always has long lines at their drive-thru. Seeing 20 to 40 cars in line every night is easy, so the Democrats are really asking for a lot to get this boycott going. With all that said, let's go ahead and see how it all played out. For more details on where this boycott started, let's turn back to an article from a few days ago. USA Today wrote about the beginning of this story in a piece called In-N-Out Burger Donates $25,000 to Republican Party, prompting Democrats to demand boycott. Let's check it out. California's beloved burger chain got itself into a political beef as residents of the majority Democrat state come to a realization. In-N-Out Burger donates to Republicans. The Irvine-based company gave $25,000 to the California Republican Party this week, according to a state filing noted on Twitter by journalist Gabe Schneider. Echoes. And that's not the first time. In-N-Out also dished up $30,000 to the party in both 2017 and 2016, according to Los Angeles Magazine. To In-N-Out, California Democratic Party Chairman Eric Bauman said on Twitter, tens of thousands of dollars donated to the California Republican Party. It's time to hashtag boycott In-N-Out. Let Trump and his cronies support these creeps, perhaps animal style. And for those who don't know, animal style is a way you can order your fries or burger there. They basically add extra cheese and grilled onions. Pretty tasty, I must say. But what isn't going down so well here is this stupid boycott suggestion. The leader of the Democrats in California is calling for a boycott of one of their biggest and most beloved food chains. Over what? A relatively small donation of $25,000. Sure, that is a lot of money and it sends a message, but it's not really that much in the bigger picture. It's certainly not much to a big company like In-N-Out, nor is it much to politicians running multi-million-dollar campaigns this fall. It helps and is appreciated, but this outrage is a little ridiculous. And who do you think these boycotts would hurt if they even worked anyway? All they're going to do is take away hours and money from the bottom-level workers. Not that much of this could really affect the entire corporation of In-N-Out. It's also just kind of random too. I feel like they're only going after In-N-Out because it's a big fast food symbol in California. It's certainly not because of the amount of influence $25,000 will cause. Hell, there's been bigger announcements of donations to Republicans this week too. Billionaire Paul Allen just recently donated $100,000 to Republicans. But I don't see anyone pushing to boycott his football team, the Seattle Seahawks. So needless to say, the push to boycott In-N-Out by the Democrats is pretty questionable. While In-N-Out prints Bible verses on its cups and packaging, Fortune noted it hasn't been as associated with religion-driven conservatism as Chick-fil-A, a restaurant chain with a similar food fanatic following and whose CEO condemned gay marriage. And In-N-Out donates to both sides of the aisle. According to the magazine, the chain has given tens of thousands of dollars to Californians for jobs and a strong economy, a political action committee that aims to elect moderate Democrats. Still, the news had some left-leaning In-N-Out aficionados feeling conflicted. In the age of real Donald Trump, we need joy in our lives. Twitter user Det Anson said, sometimes that joy comes in red and white wrapper and a toasted bun. No more double doubles for me, said Spin Doctor. From now on, only Shake Shack. Others saw an upside. Wait, does this mean California liberals, basically most of the state, won't eat at In-N-Out anymore? Said @Nurse Apashian. Shorter lines. In-N-Out fans supporting livable wages may want to stick with the burger chain despite its perceived politics. The company confirmed to USA Today this year that its store managers earn six-figure salaries. Entry-level employees start at $13 an hour, above California's $11 minimum wage. You see? And I knew this before. In-N-Out In-N-Out is a really good company to its employees, of which it has many. They get great wages, good hours, and respectable benefits too, from what I hear. And I don't think the Democrats factored in the real people when they proposed this boycott, clearly, because those bottom-level employees have little to do with the giant corporations' political donations. That's not even mentioning the part where the article talks about In-N-Out donating to moderate Democrats. Sounds like they're pretty balanced to me. Besides maybe the religious quotes on their cups and wrappers part, but that just indicates In-N-Out has a pretty religious background. But to me, that's a very minimal part of the company at best. It is similar to Chick-fil-A in some ways too, like they said before, and like how the lefties try to protest Chick-fil-A in the past too, to send a message. And I think too, this is what they're doing to In-N-Out. Both companies are feeling the wrath of Democrats publicly, who were supposedly the party of the people at once, but definitely not anymore. Now that we got that setup out of the way, let's go ahead and see how this whole boycott played out over this long 3-day Labor Day weekend we just had. Fox News has an article with updates. It's called, "As In-N-Out Boycott Plan Flops, Democrat Party Chief Dines Alone, GOP Feasts." Check this out. California state Democrats are distancing themselves from the state's party chief after he called for a boycott of a beloved burger chain after it donated cash to the state's Republican Party. The political feud began last week when Eric Bauman, head of the California Democratic Party, called for a boycott of California-based In-N-Out over its $25,000 donation to the GOP. And below that, we see the tweet we went over before. And wow, it's not looking too good for this boycott, huh? Looks like it's gotten so bad and embarrassing, the left is turning on their California leader even. Damn, liberals really love to eat themselves alive. And as they say, there's no honor among thieves. And since the leftists in California have been robbing their state and government blind for years, I would say that phrase applies to them too. Bauman's call soon became a headache for the party, as it captured national headlines and gave ammunition to the GOP, as the Democratic leader threatened to alienate the loyal customers of a wildly popular restaurant chain. But the state Democratic Party quickly backtracked, saying Bauman's call for a boycott was merely his personal view and wasn't being considered by the state Democratic Party as a policy. "We're not happy that In-N-Out gave that money, but we're not calling for an official boycott," John Vigna, the party's communications director, told the Los Angeles Times. Democrats are very fired up. Chair Bauman is definitely giving voice to a feeling a lot of people have right now. Damn, looks like Bauman is getting thrown under the bus here, as he should be, I suppose. Boycotting such a big, prevalent company like In-N-Out was a big mistake. The left will certainly be alienating much of its base here with this one, so it's no wonder they're trying to walk this one back now. Boycotting In-N-Out is like boycotting McDonald's, or boycotting Marvel movies or something big like that. All a boycott of this degree is going to do is make the ones who started it look stupid, because no one wants to give up their favorite food or restaurant or favorite movie over nothing. And also, it will make people question their allegiances too. Think about it. People hear about this boycott and they're going to think, hey, what's up with the Democrats? Why are they boycotting something as delicious, hardworking, and reputable as In-N-Out? And the smarter people will even realize it's the Democrats who really should be boycotted, not In-N-Out Burger. Ordinary voters too seem to be against a boycott. Eating at In-N-Out is such a standard thing to do across California, Anthony Gregor told the Times, dismissing the idea of a boycott as rather silly. The stomach overrules the mind. Jamie Regalado, professor of political science at Cal State LA, told the newspaper, "A cheap, good-tasting burger is hard to dismiss politically." Sounds like almost no one thinks this is a good idea besides that one Bauman guy, who's probably going to be shit-canned after this fiasco. And next comes my favorite part of the story. Patriotic, God-fearing conservatives started going to In-N-Out more out of spite. And after all the pics and posts I saw this weekend on Twitter and stuff about this, I'm willing to bet this Democrat boycott had the opposite effect on In-N-Out. I think more people went to the restaurants this weekend in spite of the left-wingers, which also goes to show how terrible their side of the aisle has become. But despite the damage control, Republicans seized an opportunity to have a political feast, posting images and declarations of support for the chain. Enjoying our favorite fast food restaurant, In-N-Out Burger, at the Capitol today. No boycott here, Republican State Senator Jim Nielsen wrote on Facebook, attaching a photo of himself surrounded by multiple orders of burgers and fries. "Looking good, Senator Nielsen. He will certainly be getting my vote when the time comes." And to finally put this story to bed, let's look at what Republican spokesman Matt Fleming had to say about it. "It's disappointing that he's attacking a company that's a California institution and widely regarded as a good employer," he wrote in a tweet. Meanwhile, In-N-Out released a statement addressing the donation to the Republican Party, claiming that the chain has made equal contributions to both Democrat and Republican PACs in California this year. For years, In-N-Out Burger has supported lawmakers who, regardless of political affiliation, promote policies that strengthen California and allow us to continue operating with the values of providing strong pay and great benefits for our associations. Executive Vice President Arnie Wensinger said, "Wow, it looks like it's even worse than I thought. Clearly this little protest the Dems tried staging here has backfired. Not only did the boycott not pan out, it also looks like even more people went to eat at In-N-Out despite of it. And on top of all that, In-N-Out also really donated donates to both sides pretty equally. So this little sit out was all for naught anyway. And well, actually, it was good for something. This failed In-N-Out boycott once again showed how terrible and self-defeating the liberals and leftists have truly become in America, especially in California. What do you guys think? Should the Dems have boycotted In-N-Out, or did this prove to be a big net loss for them, exposing the left as anti-blue collar, working class people who not only enjoy eating at the restaurant, they are also employed by it as well? Comment your thoughts on everything below, and thanks for watching No Bullshit. See y'all next time.